So I've been getting a bunch of requests on how to connect USB devices together. In this case, I've got the Novation Launchkey Mini, the Novation Launchpad. I've got an iPhone 6s Plus. I've got a USB hub. This is like it's an off-brand USB hub that allows for 4 ports. There's a mouse here, but I'm not really using that right now. These are the devices I've got. We're going to test it with a few applications, yeah? Now, but first thing is I want to charge this up with my iPhone cable, and I want to plug this in here. This is how the connection is going to stay for the USB hub. I could technically have charged this as well because this is a powered USB hub. Anyways, I'm going to plug this directly into the iPhone port. Just going to have to remove this from the case. There we go. Now, to connect this kind of devices, you need the appropriate cables that lets you plug it into it. So I'm just going to go on and find those cables. I'll be right back. Great. Okay, so I've got the cables. I'm going to plug the one from my Novation Launchkey Mini into its appropriate spot. I'll plug this directly into the USB hub. I'll do the same thing for the Launchpad. And I'll plug it in here. So it's not going to be lit up because right now I haven't connected an Apple device. Let's just clean up the cables a little bit because it's possible for it to get a bit messy. Great, so I've got my phone here. I'm going to plug this in directly through the Lightning port. If you're trying to connect this to an Android phone or even a USB-C phone for both controllers, yeah, you need some sort of OTG, USB OTG adapter. This is what it looks like. I recommend getting the original one because I had a budget version that I picked up and it just did not work. Usually you can find this in the phone boxes. I know with my Samsung phone it came with it, as well as with some Google Pixel phones. I had a friend who had one and it came with it. Those ones work excellently with it. So you just have to plug this directly into the cable and you can plug it into other Android devices. So I decided to test the controller plugged to the Android. As soon as I plug it through the OTG cable, here we go. I'm actually editing the video as I'm working on this. Inception. Okay, I want to see if this is going to work real quick. I'm using a Samsung Note 8 for this test. There's a few apps that work with the iPhone and the controllers, yeah? Using the Launchkey Mini would be using something like Groovebox. Ampify Groovebox is a fantastic app that does this. Once you open it, the controller is pretty much mapped up. And you can toggle between the scenes here. If you put a second instrument here, for example, if I put in the Poly 8 and I selected a random pack, I can change between them here. And you can still use the features like the record. If you wanted to turn on a lot more other stuff, you actually have the ability to do that. I want the full drum kit here. Okay, very quick demo, but you get the idea. This works easily with this controller. For this controller, you can look into an app like Remix Live. The reason why I'm recommending Remix Live is because it easily works with this. I've tried Ampify Launchpad and it just doesn't map up with this, but I'm still going to demo it and show it. And I can change between the scenes here. Let's add some sound. There's a lot more you can find in this application that it's super loaded. To the point where you can even map out the effects here directly. Honestly, if you're looking for an app that integrates well with this controller, Remix Live is your go-to, and that's the one I'd say go for. Alright, just downloading again. We're gonna download this again. I like to record audio, sure, fine. I like to access, I guess so. Yup, it actually did work. Can you see this? I'm going to silence some. I can just go. And we can probably go back to the session view. Man, this is awesome. I think it's actually even better for me on Android than on iOS. That's because I get the full grid layout of everything here. Alright. Other applications you can look into will be something like Koala Sampler. This works for both of them, so it's a bit... We're going to try Koala Sampler first of all, to see if this actually works. Nothing for MIDI. Let's go to settings, MIDI. Use MIDI mapping. I wonder if this is gonna work, okay? Alright, looks like I figured it out. It wasn't plugged in correctly. I just had to like shift the dongle. So with this, I can actually MIDI map it to whatever I want to set it to. I haven't opened up a project yet, but the way I envision it is, since there's 64 grids and this is 64, I can do 16 here, another 16 here, another 16 here, and another 16 here. And if I want to control anything else, like trigger some of these things, I can trigger them with these buttons here. So that's kind of like the idea. But so far, let's see if this works. I just want to do the first 16 pads. So let's see. I haven't mapped anything in here, so let's try and record the sample by tapping it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Great, it does work. Let's increase the volume a little bit. Yeah, this is cool. You can adjust the mapping of this controller directly by using an application like Grid Instruments. This changes the interface here. So it's not tied to this, it's tied to this. And then you can apply this particular application into apps like Gadget 2. Gadget 2 is another great one that works well easily with this controller. With this one, you need the Grid Instrument application to make use of apps like Gadget 2. But we're going to do just that. Now, one thing I was doing before was using the advanced mode in Gadget 2. But in actuality, all you need to do is just enable the easy mode to use this effectively. And then you just have to navigate between all of them. So, alright, now it's mapping from everywhere. So I want to close the apps I'm not using. I open up Grid Instruments still because I do need that app. For this one, I need Grid Instrument. For the keyboard, no. So now whatever I select will be controlled, yeah. Let's max it out because I don't think I have all the full volume range here. Same thing can be done with this controller. So the same thing can be done with both controllers. And yeah, these are just a few applications to look into. Hope this video was helpful. Take it easy. Bye. So what am I saying? Are these the only applications you can use on your Android or on your iPhone? No, not exactly. New developers are always going to come up with interesting and creative ways to use the controllers. They're also going to optimize their apps, I do hope at least, so that they work easily with it. Like as the years come, a lot of great applications come out and they find ways to make it super awesome on these devices. Now these are the 5 apps I recommend. 2 of them you can use it on Android and iOS, namely Koala Sampler and also Remix Live. I also tested Zenbeats out. I had to do the same thing where I went into the controller settings and configured it so that I can accept a Zenbeats controller. That was what allowed it to work. But there are a lot more advanced apps, especially for iOS. You've got an application like AUM or Audiobus, which can allow you to connect stuff together. I didn't want to go through that over in this video because I feel that's something a bit more advanced if you want to do a bit of hands-on work. Similar with Drambo, Garageband as well, you can be able to use the keyboards or the drums. I feel these videos require a lot more dedicated video to cover them all. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. What other applications do you use? Do you have this controller? And what other controllers would you like me to see connecting on my iPhone? I can't promise I'll be able to connect all of them because realistically, a lot of this stuff, I pretty much just buy them with my own budget. But if I could probably just ask a few friends who have similar controllers and we can test it out and see if it works. But yeah, hope you have a great one. Name's Sion. If you do like the content I'm making, feel free to like and subscribe. It does help the channel grow. And yeah, hope to see you on the next video. And feel free to check out my other videos. I've done a lot of similar diverse content. So take it easy. Wish.